I've already made my first mistake. That is a great question. I have no idea. Are you going to try and harvest rainwater? Oh. My face, I don't know if you want to see that more or not. Good morning, everyone. If you have not already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell. They're both down there. It'd be really cool if you did that. You get notifications of my videos every Tuesday, Friday, and the odd occasion we do the Sunday video. And today is the Sunday video. This is the second talking video in a row. I apologise for that, but there's a lot going on at the moment because we just announced about the new farm shed. Really exciting. Big thank you to everyone the support and all that. It's awesome. As always, you guys are awesome. I've got my whiteboard out, so I'm going to draw on it so you won't be able to see it, like classic Tom Pemberton farm video. I've never had a video have so many comments so quickly. I shift through some questions and then I put it on my Instagram and Snapchat. So if you don't follow me on those, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, it'll be here. What I posted is a question bar on that because it was really hard to sift through. Again, appreciate it. So I'm going to get a couple of questions on that. But the main question starting this off is going to be quite quick, quite snappy again because of no one likes listening to me talk too much, but we're trying to get lots of information in. The first question, I don't even know how to read this, that I got was, when are you going to start this? Looking to start spring 2021. Obviously a lot of field work to do and a lot more design to do with the shed. Nothing is set in stone yet and we've got a lot of decisions to make going forward. To start with, a lot of people asking about design, sizes, how it works, because the photo wasn't great. I'm going to put a little bit of overlay of it, of Google Earth and the design we're going to do. But if I draw on this, hopefully you guys will understand how big it is going to be. Across, down, down. Here we're going to be, the slurry tower is here. We're going to be 125 feet and this is 93 feet. Someone asked, why have I gone so close to the tower? I advised to go around it. I agree, but we're trying to use the same footprint of the yard anyway, and that was really important to my dad. He didn't want to use a greenfield site, which we could easily have done. We talk about housing all the time, and I think it'd be a bit hypocritical if we didn't look at our current site before we looked at a greenfield, and we think we can fit it in. So we have to go 93 feet to give it enough space. We're going to feed in the middle here. So that's where the keenan's going to be. Obviously there's going to be a gap there for cows to go through. We measured up this week. I've already made my first mistake with a couple of builders we're talking to, and we've already gained 20 feet, which is awesome because this was going to hold 120 cubicles and it was going to be tight. But not being this tight means we can have, these are going to be cubicles, we can have a gap in between the cubicles so cows can go under, cows can go through to the feed section. There'll be cubicles, if that makes sense. And then cows can go through here and they can eat here. It's going to be exactly the same on there, cubicles. So we've got a bit more gap. Someone mentioned I would definitely advise being able to go into your current calving boxes. With the extra 20 feet, what we can do is we can drop 3 cubicles here and be able to go into our calving boxes, which are, I think they're about there. So currently we have our calving boxes there and we have AI stalls there. So with the extra 20 feet, we've already gained something where Tom made a mistake and can't measure anything. Everyone loves a little bit more length. And then this is going to be the showroom and we're going to join onto here. People thought we were going to knock this down as well. We're not knocking this down as well. This is just going to be, we call it the showroom as a bit of a joke when Can-Am came because they call it showroom. Obviously our sheds are a little bit old and that's how that's going to work. And then how are we going to feed through here, and then the Keenan is going to drive out to here where the clamp is. So the dimension is 125 by 93 feet, cubicles of 110. If we can fit a few more in with these gaps, awesome. I will fit a few more in. I'd rather have too many beds than not enough, but like I said, I'm not scared of going down to 110 cows. So that's why we've got to go so close to the slurry store for space. Can we do this? Yes. Can we go to there from the clamp? Yes. Are we going to go underneath with slats? And the issue with going underneath with slats, I spoke to Dad today, is the ground underneath. Everyone knows our water level is really, really high as it is. If we start digging underneath and the water level's not right, it's going to cost a fortune compared to a tower. Normally it wouldn't be as bad for higher up above sea level, but because where we are, it could be an issue. There was a question, is father excited? Dad is well excited for this build. He's just a bit hesitant with it all because of the amount of decisions that have got to be made. It was mentioned as well that just take every phase as it is, or every stage, but have an eye on what you want to do in the future, and that's what I'd like to think we're doing. We'd like to start building in May-ish time if everything goes to plan, But if we get pushed back a little bit, that's no problem. I'd rather make the right decision than rush into it, but obviously it needs to get done. It's a very happy medium. A lot of chat about automated scrapers. Some people are like, yeah, go for it, 100% do it. A lot of people in Ireland do it, and then some people here like, don't do it, they'll break down. It sounds like the wire ones are better than the chain. Just so many things, and it was great. A load of comments. I did try and read as many as I could, and people DM me and stuff. I really do appreciate it. I've looked as many as I could. Loads of thinking about. I quite like the easier it is and the more efficient the shed is, the better we should do and perform, I think, and that's what I'm kind of looking into. The other thing was what are you doing with the back shed. So the back shed will actually be about here. Actually, it'll be there. Sorry, it'll just be off there because that shed's actually going to go a bit wider. Back shed's there, and that currently holds 38 cows. Someone was asking, what are we going to do with this? This is going to hold cattle still going to keep it the same. I was going to knock it down and put the shed there, but Dad decided we want to go here, which is fine. We can do it, which is the main thing. And that's when we looked at the grant changing and stuff. So 48 cow cubicles. We're going to put our in-calf heifers in there, and what also we can do is our beef heifers. Our heifers that are beef. So our female beef cattle we're going to put in there as well. That's because they pee and poo in the right place. On a cubicle, a bull will obviously pee through the middle, and it'll just get all the cubicles wet and just make a little bit of horrible mess. So we'll keep them on loose housing, the bull beef, but the heifer beef we will put into here if we need to, or bull-in heifers or in-calf heifers, so we have more space. Because if this place, the showroom, becomes a parlour or robots, the problem with that is we're going to lose that loose housing. Before we put another shed up for anything else, we've got to find a place to put these. But if we're putting 110 stalls in there with all the cows in there, we should find space with them. Another question that was asked was, what are you doing with the workshop where it all started? Building, I put my name down on the second-hand building that was 90 by 35. Luckily, the back shed is 90. That is where our diesel tank is at the moment, and that is where I'd like to put the 90 by 35, I think it is, shed. And I'm going to put all my kit under there. I'm not going to make it to a workshop to start with because this is going to be the big funding. I'd rather get all this right first and then get all my machinery under cover and then look at actually making a workshop. So this could be a year or two down the line, maybe 3, before we actually get the workshop done. But I would like to get this cover done, but we need to sort this out first, make sure we're all okay with this side, and then we can do that whenever. This is really important because we do have a time scale. This has to be done for October when our cows start coming in. We need a roof, we need cubicles and cows in there. So the old shed will have to go. We'll have to dig all the concrete up because obviously we're moving where we're putting the cubicles. So there's a lot of work to be done, but there's a lot of thought to be done. Moon's having a drink, so apologies for that. There's a lot of thought to be done before the work's been done. This can get done in winter because nothing's there. It's not an issue. This has to be done in summer. Are our cows still going to go out? Yes, cows will still go out. Cows have to graze on our farm. And no, they don't have to, but I really want them to. I like cows grazing. That I farm for cows to graze. That is my thing. So if we do a parlour or a robot, we'd have to have a graze away system with the robots, and looking at it, it's a bit more complicated. We've been to a few farms, robots and parlours, new setups, how to do it. I want to go to so many more. I've been offered loads and I really appreciate it. I'm going to take some of you up on it if you don't mind. Don't have to film, just me to have a look. If you want me to film, we'll film as well. I am definitely going to take up on it because I want to see new setups, how the new setups work, what was good, what was bad, why did you go for them, why did you not. Same with cubicle barriers. Locking yolks is a big thing for me. We TB every year due to having raw milk. If we had locking yolks, TBing would just be so much easier. Vetting would be easier. BVD, lepto, IBR, vaccinations, just get them all in, do them. Trimming tails, I like to get on top of my tails. I like to be trimming them all the time, all locking yolks. With me cordless trimmers, we can get on with that. Another question was, what are you gonna do with this? Because this was a clamp. I think this year we're gonna have to use this as a silage shed, the old showroom. But I'd like to think that's going to be the last year. Saying that, we're going to knock a wall down, aren't we? Fingers crossed that doesn't happen, touch wood. And then I'd like to put a clamp here. So we've got 2 clamps across each other, roof them both if possible. But again, this is the big one, need to make sure we can sort that out. And roof them both, and then it's easy just to reverse in like that. this is going to be a bit difficult this year, probably. You know, we've worked in harder situations. So that's a lot of questions I know are going to ask in my head. Hope that explains it a little bit. That's the worst drawing ever, and hopefully you guys can see other questions that came on YouTube. You can see that I'm TP merched up to my eyeballs today. New TP merch launch is going to be end of March. Few people mentioned, I think it's really awesome, really cool. I'm going to read this now. On your merchandise site, sell sponsorship of 1 cubic meter of concrete for those who want to sponsor you. And I really appreciate that, really cool. There is a thing called buymeacoffee.com, which I never realized until I read the comments. It sounds really cool, it sounds amazing. I get people want to do it. It's just, I like to do something for people, for it to come in. I don't know how it's just, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll, like, you buy a cubic meter of concrete or something like that. I don't know. It just, I don't know. My jury's out. I know people want to help me, and I really do appreciate that, but I can't give anything more for it. The only thing we could do is make a plaque of people who, like, buy me a coffee or buy me a cubic meter of concrete or buy me concrete. That's what we could change it to, and maybe we make a plaque when the shed's up and put the name down. That was an idea. I just don't want to do nothing, but at the same time I don't want to take out the people. I don't want to take away from the people who can't afford it. It's just a bit difficult. So I really do appreciate that. Maybe we'll look down at the line. I don't know. Are you going to take the story tank underneath? Really want to. I think it'd be great. It's just if we can. Will you start after you let the cows out of the field? Yes. Could you do it with your dad? Currently I'm at my house. I have every other Saturday off, so Dad's not here at the moment. That was all the questions that I found on YouTube. Most of these were on YouTube. I just struggled to find through. I think currently we're sitting at 2,000 comments, which is just mind-blowing. On my Instagram, it was like, ask a question away and I'll try and answer them. Are you going to do a workshop? I'm going to try. That was a good question. Are you going to try and harvest rainwater as it rains so much? Yes, so we have a 10,000 litre water tank ready to collect rainwater for washing down or anything like that. We can't use it for actually washing the system out. We can use it for washing down the pole or something. I think that would be a great idea to get it set up. I really want to do that. The other thing we want to do is see how we can be a bit more green. We have 96 solar panels up at the moment. I think 96 or 116 solar panels at the moment. Do we put some solar panels on it? Has solar panel gone? What's the next green thing? We want to look at renewables and how we can use renewables on our farm. What is the next wind turbine? What is the next biodigester? What is the next wood burner? What is that thing? We're going to look into it. If anyone has any advice on that or anything knows where to go with that, I would like to put it with this shed. If we can put it with the shed or put it near on the farm somewhere where we could use renewable energy to try and be a bit more green and then bring another revenue stream to the farm by doing renewables. I think it'd be really cool. I would like to do that very much so. Is the Highs building going down? Nope, Highs building is not going down. Will you do progress videos on the build? Yes, so we'll do progress videos on the build. We'll be doing videos as and when we come. If I don't do it for like 2 weeks, what we'll do, maybe a Sunday video, is catch up with you guys and go, okay, so this has happened, talk to the builders as we're going, this is what we're doing, why we made this decision. I think that'll be really, really cool. How will you get the tractor and Keenan down the feed passageway if the slurry store is there? So what we'll do is we'll have to go, we can go around that way, we can go around the other way, and then that will be into the clamp and then turn around and go that way. We'll just have to go into there, turn in the clamp, go to there. We can turn around here and we can turn around here, so that will be no problem. We'll just have to go the other way around. We very often from the clamp go that way around to feed the Highs anyway, so it'll be no problem at all. When you start the project, as soon as possible, when we know what we're doing. Are you going to put robot scrapers in? And again, I don't know yet. A lot of people are saying do it, and some people are saying don't do it. You can get those robots that will go through the slurry, suck it up and then tip it down the tank. I think that would be a really good idea to our farm if we don't go for that. Something to improve efficiency, make life easier and make us more efficient would be bang on. Will you put a new silage pit in? Yes, looking to put a new silage pit in further down the line. Probably not straight away, get this sorted. Are you going to be demolishing the shed or are you going to get a contract to do it? I'm going to get a contract to do it because they know what they're doing. I don't want to just go barging in there and then put everything in a pile and then they should have said you should have sorted that out, should have sorted that out. I'm pretty busy as it is already, so it's just getting the time. The big thing is to make sure the cow's still performing even when you do this project. So we'll get the contractors in, but you will be following the journey the whole way. I'm really, really excited. Do you think you should have not got a bit bigger, get a few more cows in comfortably? So like I said in the first video, I know how much milk I need to produce, then produce much beef, and then we might look at the cafe side of it, might look at the viewing area for kids. I think that's the way to go around our area. Are you knocking the whole farm down, rebuilding, or rebuilding certain buildings? Obviously we're knocking down this shed, the Lowe's building shed, the separator, the pipe for the separator. We're going to have to rip all the over concrete out because it's going a bit tired. Lots to do, knock it all down, and this is going to gain so much more area. We'll do the maths and gain how much water is not going to go in our slurry store. I think it'll be vast. Why don't you knock down the milking parlour and calving pens and make a bigger shed? So the milking parlour and calving pens are brick building, and if you know anything about brick building, you should never knock them down. If you know, you know. There's two opinions on it. We're always going to farm it, so why not knock it down and make something you need to? I might knock down the parlour later on and finish off the lean-to shed over the collecting yard, so I might end up doing that in the future. Will the cows still be outside in summer months? 100%. What is the length of the width of the shed? 125 by 93, but then this lean-to is going to be 25. So we're looking at 150 by 93, but this is actually quite shorter by 3, so that's going to be 147. Why did you go for cubicles, not loop housing? What size of parlour would you get? I'd get a 14 aside swing over at least, and cubicles you use less straw. Cows stay cleaner and you get more cows in the shed comfortably without going around. I'm going to run out of time in a minute, so I'm going to try and be quick fire. How many cows have you got? Have 137 milking cows, a few dry cows on top of that, and then we've got 330 cows altogether. Where are you going to put the muck heap? That is a great question. I have no idea where we're going to put the muck heap yet, but you can always make a midden in a field. That is the kind of like the least of my worries. I'm sure we'll find a place to put the muck. I don't know yet, because obviously our muck heap would normally be here. I don't know. That is a fantastic question. Is it a challenge to prioritise development on the farm over yourself, e.g. a pickup? 100%. Yes, I really would love a pickup, and I'd love a pickup truck, and then some days you're like, oh, I'm just going to do it. But I think this will be definitely worth it when it's up, and I'll absolutely love it. And then when I do get the pickup truck, it'll make me feel 10 times better for getting it, because I know I've got the pickup truck and a shed. And I think a pickup truck in like a year or two down the line, maybe a bit longer, I think it will make me feel a bit better and make me appreciate the shed. One more question, I'm going to go because we've done a lot of talk in the last couple of videos. How long would the project take? So this project, like I say, has to be done by October. We're going to film the step-by-step way of going, why we've made such decisions, and what we're going to do going forward. Like I said, there's huge questions already about this build and what we're going to do going forward. The big thing is less water in our slurry lagoon, hold more water storage, have cows in one shed so we can be quicker when you're the outside person, you can get feeding cows. There's so much stuff to think about, and I think this will improve not only our efficiency, but how well the cows milk in the shed as well, and how the cows perform. So if we need a few less cows and the shed's under less stress, put 110 cubicles in, have 105 cows, it's not going to be an issue. It's actually going to work really, really well. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's going so dark and pretty late in the day. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're back to farming properly on Tuesday, doing a little bit of stuff. But obviously this week has been a whirlwind. Thank you very much for everyone in the DMs, for the likes, the comments. Really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. TP merch launch is going to be late March, April-ish time. Joanna knows because she's in charge of that now. She's doing a cracking job and she helps me out so much, takes one more stress away. Really appreciate it. Have a great Sunday and we'll see you on Tuesday. See ya. Bye.